2015 has come to a close, and 2016 is just getting started, which means it's time to talk about what the year holds for the medium of video games. Like the last time we did one of these lists, only new games, meaning no remakes, that have been confirmed for a North American release in 2016 are eligible for this list. They don't need to have an exact date, just confirm they're going to be coming out in the next dozen of months. Also, bear in mind that A, this is specifically about software, so no Oculus Rift or NX, and B, at the time of this recording, it's January, so it's likely there's going to be even more games announced in the coming months. With that said, let's get started. These are my top 10 most anticipated games of 2016. Number 10. I'll be honest, it was tough to choose between putting Final Fantasy XV or this game on the list. Both are ambitious games, both represent a new step for their respective studios, both of them have been in development hell for years. That is not a good thing. However, only one of them has a griffin dog, so that's the one that's getting the spot. Yes, that is how I'm going to justify putting The Last Guardian on this list. Number 9. Yes, the symbolism in the trailers is absolutely ridiculous and unsubtle. Yes, the pre-order system was a horrible idea. Thank God it's a thing of the past.
I never asked for this.
But lots of people asked for more after Human Revolution revived a decade-dead franchise, and Eidos is set to deliver with Mankind Divided, delving further into answering the questions raised by its rusting predecessor. Or at least so long as Square doesn't chop up the Deus Ex series' latest entry to pieces like they seem to be doing with their other games.
This should be your fight as well, brother.
Number 8.
Dr. Cortex is a genius, a mental aberration.
2016 is the year of video game anniversaries. It's the 10th anniversary of Gears of War, the 20th of Resident Evil and Crash, as well as another series that may or may not be appearing on this list, the 25th of Sonic, and of course, the 30th for The Legend of Zelda. And some other series, Metar or something. So of course, what better way to celebrate all the various qualities of a little meat boy in his many incarnations than with a new game, the as of yet unsubtitled Legend of Zelda for the Wii U. Little is known about this elusive exclusive, and even less has been shown, but what has been shown has a lot of promise to it. If 2016 really will be the year that Nintendo launches the NX, maybe The Legend of Zelda can double down on celebrating a great series on an unappreciated console. Number 7. Some of you might have expected this to be number 1, or, well, higher than this is here. That should speak volumes about how promising this year is. That an entry from a personal favorite didn't crack the halfway mark. Still, it's Fire Emblem, hard not to be excited for one of the only tactical RPG series still around after 2 decades. One Fire Emblem game would have been an exciting enough endeavor, but 3 for the price of 2 plus tax and the DLC? Well, that's more than enough to take the number 7 slot. Number 6. One of the very, very few bright spots in 2014, the Banner Saga was a superb tactics title that boasted a terrific presentation, blending in elements of survival a la Oregon Trail, and moral dilemmas that actually affected the way your campaign would play out in the long term. The sequel promises to be everything the original was, with a refreshing new group of nomadic troops and tricky choices blended throughout.
I give you my word.
My oath.
We will survive.
Number 5. And EA game made it onto the list. I did not expect this. I got nothing. Can we move on to the next one? I'm still in shock that I put this on here. Please don't be as disappointing as the last game involving yard or wool.
I was so full of ideas, but I didn't have a lot of tools to work with out there, so I figured I could just kind of like act out the gameplay. And that's how Yarny came to be, and I actually brought him with me. Hi!
Number 4. Perhaps the most distinctive looking title in years, Cuphead matches its old school run and gun gameplay with a style that wouldn't look out of place alongside a line of 1930s cartoons, complete with surreal character designs and charming animations. Said to be as challenging as it is beautiful, it's hard not to gander at this gorgeous tribute to the classics as anything but the modern equivalent of the original Rayman, an amazing aesthetic that belies a brutally difficult venture into its respective genre. Here's hoping that the game plays just as great as it looks. Number 3.
Pokemon aren't meant to fight. Not like this.
No, they're meant to fight like this.
As already mentioned, Zelda isn't the only franchise to be celebrating its anniversary, and Pokemon is celebrating its 20th by not only re-releasing the original trilogy on Virtual Console and a fairly decent puzzle game for free on the eShop, but also throwing Game Freak's countless creatures into a smash-free fighting game with the latest spin-off, Pokkén Tournament. A takeoff on the Tekken franchise, Pokkén provides a potent opportunity to see who's the very best in a battle with everyone's favorite Pokemon. And also breaks him. Yay. This game apparently didn't do well in the arcades over in Japan, so here's hoping that the game finds a home over in the West. The only thing keeping this from being higher in the list is... well, there's only one Pokemon from Gold and Silver. Number 2. The only Vita entry on this list, Severed is the second title from the talented developers behind Guacamelee, and a welcome one at that. A dungeon crawler with a delightfully charming look, Severed is one of the few games for Sony's handle to make use of the Vita's touchscreen, with combat involving chopping and tossing enemies around, while dressing the main character in equipment carved from the carcasses of deceased bosses. Seriously, that's kinda messed up. There aren't as many Vita games coming out this year in comparison to 2015, and what few that are don't look very promising, or have PS4 versions coming out simultaneously, so here's to Severed, a most auspicious spin to dungeon crawling that's sticking with the Vita and it's underutilized touch-focused technology. Number 1. No! No! No, get that title out of here. No. No, the actual number 1 spot goes to... unsurprising? Yes, but not unjustified. Though the Persona series has seen several spin-offs and remakes in the past decade, the main series hasn't seen a new entry since Persona 4 in 2008 on the PlayStation 2, with Persona 5 being the role-playing series' high-definition debut and follow-up to one of the highest marks on the PlayStation 2. Very little has been shown about the 6th entry in the series, but what little has suggests that Persona 5 is a return to the demon-infested dungeons of the first 3 games, coupled with the social mechanics and stylized presentation of the 2 most recent entries. The prospect of a main character with an actual personality alone is enough to engender high expectations in this new entry. More so than any other game on the list, it's the one game that hearing even the tiniest bit of information leaves one longing for more. More information about the characters and cities, more looks at the new Persona and dungeons, and more to kill the time until its release. It's such an exciting event that I'm planning on doing a retrospective on the Persona series later this year in sheer anticipation for the latest entry. That is why Persona 4 tops this list of my most anticipated games for 2016. Not the retrospective, the reasons before that. That's just an example of how excited I am for it.
So there you have it. New top 10, old series coming back, good times. Admittedly, this list was a little derivative. I'll be perfectly honest. I decided to do this video to get back in the groove of editing videos because I haven't been enjoying it as much as of late, and I have a lot of big plans for 2016 that are going to require a lot of dedicated editing. The next top 10 that I do will have a lot more of creative subject matter than the one that was done here. But until then, as always, game on, my friends.